Good evening, it's April 3rd, 2025, and it's time for my second set of devotionals. Won't you join me? And celebrate recovery, healing from hurts, habits, and hang-ups. Day 94, one at a time. No temptation has seized you except what is common to man, and God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can stand up under it. 1 Corinthians 10:13. My grandson came into the kitchen and asked for his vitamins. He loves them because they taste like candy. He is allowed to have 2, and we let him reach in the bottle and get them himself, one at a time. On that day, however, he decided to get a whole handful. Guess what? He couldn't get his fist out of the jar, creating a dilemma. He could hold on to the handful and get nothing, or let go and get the 2 he is allowed to have, one at a time. After a little convincing, he made the right choice. In recovery, balance is key. Even trying to do too many good things can end in disaster. If we get so busy doing good things that we neglect our families or cut back on our fellowship time with God, we have done harm to ourselves and those we love. Of course, God has things for all of us to do, good acts of service for His kingdom, but we can't just grab them up all at once. Doing that might cause us to get sidetracked, bringing the work of recovery, spiritual growth, and caring for family to a stop. I know it's hard to say no when people ask us to get involved. Just remember, we don't have to say no to everything. Balance is the key. Prayer. Father, thank you for your wisdom that keeps my life balanced and moving forward. In Jesus' name, amen. And in my quiet time devotional, Day 94. What does He have to do for me to believe? And just as they were telling about it, Jesus Himself was suddenly standing there among them. Peace be with you, He said. Luke 24:36. Jesus' followers were flabbergasted by the bits of news they kept hearing. They listened to far-fetched tales of an empty tomb, folded grave clothes, and imposing bright angels, and tried to piece together and understand this unheard-of phenomenon, comparing it with ancient prophecies and with things Jesus had said, mulling it all over. But it was just too extraordinary to understand, let alone believe. On several occasions, at the very moment they were discussing the matter with one another, Jesus Himself was suddenly there with them. Yet their grief-induced stupor prevented them from recognizing Him. Jesus at first played with the 2 disciples walking to Emmaus. Are you the only person in Jerusalem who hasn't heard about all the things that have happened there these last few days? They asked. What things? Jesus innocently replied. He let them demonstrate the limits of their comprehension. Then He filled in the blanks and connected the dots. They suddenly realized that it was He, and dashed back to the gathered disciples in Jerusalem to tell them that Jesus was alive. Once again, He appeared at the very moment He was being spoken of, but He grew impatient with the unbelief of people who had actually seen, spoken with, and even eaten with the risen Lord. I've already told you this so many times. Why do you keep on doubting? What would it take for you to believe Jesus' promises, finally leaving your doubts behind? What did He have to do for me to believe? He had to help me confront my issues one at a time. I had to deal with my church hurt. I had to deal with my mistrust of people in religion. And I had to start reading the Bible and educating myself. What does He have to do for you to believe? I hope you have a blessed day.